Before there were 4 Gospels, there was one story. It wasn't written down at first. It was spoken, told in homes, in marketplaces, around tables. It was carried across the ancient world by people who had met Jesus, followed him, and seen his life and teachings. The Gospels began as living memory inside the church. When Jesus rose from the dead, he didn't leave a manuscript. He left witnesses. The apostles went out and preached what they had seen and heard. They told people about his words, his healings, his parables, his death, and his resurrection. Communities formed around that preaching. They prayed together, they were baptized, they shared the Eucharist. They listened to the story repeatedly. For years, Christianity grew this way, through memory and proclamation, not books. The story of Jesus shaped lives before anyone wrote it down. Some claim the Gospels were written decades later by unknown authors, turning Jesus into legend over time. That isn't accurate. The Gospels were written while eyewitnesses were still alive. People could challenge errors. "That's not what he said," or "I was there." The story was anchored by those who remembered it. It wasn't drifting freely or changing randomly. Mark's Gospel reflects Peter's preaching in Rome. Luke interviewed eyewitnesses, including Mary, the mother of Jesus, and collected their accounts. Matthew and John were apostles themselves, writing about what they saw and heard. Early teachers like Papias and Irenaeus recorded these connections. The authors and sources were known in the churches. The writings were read aloud in worship, allowing anyone to question or correct mistakes. Critics could try, but the story remained accurate because so many people knew it. The Gospels were first meant to be heard, not read privately. Christians gathered to pray, to be baptized, to receive the Eucharist, and to hear the story of Jesus spoken aloud. The shared rhythm of worship preserved the story across communities. Paul instructed Timothy to read these writings publicly. Scripture belonged to the whole church, not to individuals alone. This public reading protected the faith. If the Gospels come from eyewitnesses, Christianity isn't built on rumor. It is based on testimony. The apostles handed on what they had seen. The church received it, preserved it, and passed it on. This is why the Gospels spread widely. They were public, trusted, and consistently proclaimed across the ancient world. The Gospels were written to preserve what was already being taught and practiced. As Christianity grew, more writings appeared. Some came from apostles, some didn't. Some reflected the church's teaching, others did not. How did the church decide which writings were Scripture? And why were some received while others were set aside? That is the story of the next episode.